I completely forgot to do a mousse update, and this one I had already uploaded my video and had to cancel it because I forgot to do an update. So here it is. Here's Mooser. I have no idea how much he weighs. We have not gone to the vet. I would venture to say pushing 110, maybe. And he's still a big old lazy lug. I love him to death. And are you gonna crawl to him? No. He comes out here and acts like he wants to play, and then he doesn't. Can you say hello? He's so pretty. Such a good boy. Such a good boy. So there's your moose update. I have been posting pictures of him on Instagram lately, and y'all seem to really like that, just to keep updated on his growth. So he's 9 months and counting. There's your moose update.
Moose.
Moose.
Hey, buddy. Say hello. Oh. You big stick.
You big lug. You big lug. Okay. Such a good boy. A good boy, buddy. Here, you want your ball? Look. Want your ball? Go ahead. Good boy. Welcome back to my channel. I am here to do my September beauty favorites, and I'm not even going to mention how fast September is gone, even though I kind of just did, because it's gone just as fast for me as it has gone for you. I'm well aware. It is crazy that we are already talking about holiday launches, and I mean, I've already bought Halloween costumes for the girls. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Where is my life going, and what am I honestly doing with it? Sometimes I feel like that all the time. Like, what am I honestly doing with my life for the greater good? I've been struggling with that lately because I realize how fast it's like slipping away from me. But anyways, we're here to talk about fun, happy stuff like makeup. So I'm going to do my favorites a little bit differently today than I normally do them. I'm going to go through pretty much every category of makeup and tell you what my favorite has been in that category as far as like primer, foundation, powder, and that kind of stuff. Actually, I don't think I have a powder. That's the only thing I don't have. And the reason I don't typically do it this way is because I don't typically use the same primer for the majority of the month or the same foundation for the majority of the month. I switch it up so much because I have so much stuff, and I want to get good use out of it, that I rarely wear the same thing. Oh, I wore the same thing 75% to 80% of the month this month. If I was not filming, I wore this look that I have on right now. And the reason I didn't when I was filming is because I didn't want to have the same exact look on every time I filmed. I do like to use different products for that. So I'm just going to run down real quick all of the products that I have been loving. I believe all but one of them, which is the first thing I'm going to talk about, is on my face today. So you'll get a good idea of how it translates on the face. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is a primer. And this is the one thing I don't have on my face because for some reason I just totally forgot about it. I set it on a different spot of my vanity, and it just, because it wasn't where I was used to seeing it, I picked up another primer. But this is the one that I have been absolutely loving this month, both for myself and in my kit. This is one that I have a separate one in my kit, and I really do love it. And it's the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. This is the original luminous primer. I know they've come out with like the purple first light. Is that what it's called? I have it. I don't know what it's called. It's not quite as luminous as this. And honestly, when I first got this, I was a little put off by how luminous it is. Obviously, that's not completely blended out, but I just was like, I don't know. I don't really want to look that luminous, but yes, I do want to look that luminous. I don't today because A, I used a different primer, and B, the powder that I use today takes a while for the luminosity to come through, but I love it. It does have a little bit of a sticky base to it, so I do feel like it helps the foundation cling better to the skin. I don't know that it necessarily helps the longevity of your foundation, but I love the canvas it provides, and it does help it like kind of stick to your skin a little bit better. But it's that lit from within glow without looking oily that even on my oily clients, I would still use this. I wouldn't use it all over the face, but I would still use it on certain parts of the face, and it didn't make them look oilier, and it stayed on throughout the day. I just can't speak enough about it. I really do love that primer. Now for the foundation that I am wearing today, Okay, my favorite is going to be this one foundation, but I have about a week ago combined another one that I'm going to talk about with this, and that's what I have on my face today. But this one is the Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation. If you saw my review on it, you know how much I absolutely adore this foundation. I could not stop wearing it. I didn't want to stop wearing it. I wore it all the time. All the time. Probably 90% of the month did I actually wear this foundation. And I don't know, last week I was going through my foundations that I already had, and I was picking some of the ones that I haven't worn in a while because I wanted to kind of bring them to the front of the rotation. And this one stuck out, and the reason I haven't worn it is because it's summertime, it's a little bit hotter, and it is an oil-based foundation, but it's the Josie Maran Vibrancy Foundation. And I said, you know what, I'm going to mix this with this because this is a little bit of a lighter color. I'm in Adventurous G55 with this, and then I'm in Natural Beige in the Too Faced. I mixed them together, and oh, holy cow, the skin. The skin that is a product of these two mixed together is amazing. This helps with the longevity of this, although I've never had an issue with the longevity of this. I know other people have. So if you have it and you have this, mix them together, or mix, and I love to always mix like a more luminous foundation with a more matte foundation because I love the in-between product that comes out of it. So this is the true standout favorite, but this mixed together is something I will continue to do on a daily basis. I'm filming a one brand review tomorrow, and it's almost like I don't want to because I want to wear this combination. I just love it. Now for the concealer pick this month, I kind of did the same thing. I went through my concealer drawer and I tried to pull out some that I haven't used in a while to give them some love before, you know, they expired. And I decided to pull out the Bobbi Brown Intensive Skin Serum Concealer. This was in my top 5 favorite concealers, and when I redo this video, spoiler alert, it will still be in my top 5 favorite concealers. It's what I have on right now. It provides such a lightweight coverage. It is, okay, let me put that back. It is a light to medium coverage. It is a lightweight consistency and feel under the eyes. It's not heavy to where it's going to look cakey, but it provides enough coverage to where I'm okay. It covers my really dark corrector because I use the Maybelline Camo Corrector in Apricot, which is a very dark orange. It covers that sufficiently. I do go back in one more time and put a little stripe right on the darkest hollow just to brighten that up a little bit more, but I don't feel like I have to use 2 full coats of the concealer to get the coverage that I want. And it never creases on me. It never looks cakey. I have a couple of clusters of fine lines on this eye that I sometimes struggle with certain powders and concealers, making them look a little more pronounced, and they all but disappear with this concealer. I understand that it is expensive. I do understand that. But I think if you have mature under eyes, especially ones that don't need like huge amounts of coverage, but even so, just correct and then use this, I think you'll really enjoy the result of using this concealer. I know I have, and I can't stop using it. Okay, so now we're gonna get into like outer products and eyeshadow palettes, and I'm telling you there was a very distinct theme this month, and normally that never happens. But it was a peach kind of month. I wanted to wear peach on my lips. I wanted to wear peach on my eyes. I wanted to wear peach on my cheeks. I wanted to wear peach in my highlight. Like, it does not matter what I was putting on my face. I wanted it to be peach for some reason. I don't know. I think the peach in the eyes really brings out the blueness in my eyes. And just, I thought it looked fresh. Like, is it kind of a spring summer color? Yeah, but I don't follow those rules. I don't think that just because it's fall, I can't look dewy and bronzy. I will look dewy and bronzy every day of the year. Christmas, I'm gonna have a dewy bronzy look. Like, that's just, I don't follow those kind of quote unquote rules. So I was really loving the peach. And so on my face, let's talk about that and then I'll get into the eyes. This is a repeat favorite, and it's what I have on today. And it's not really peach, but it does have a warm undertone. It's the MAC Give Me Some Bronzer. I can't stop using this. I have been using this so much. Again, I think it was a favorite last month too, but that's how much I love it. I can't believe I have not hit pan on this. I still have some like dome to it. It's crazy because I use the snot out of this bronzer, and that did not change this month. So I'm not going to spend a ton of time, but I did want to touch on that. The blush that I'm wearing today and that I have been wearing that is also peach is the Marc Jacobs Lines and Last Night. Now I know everybody loves the Flesh and Fantasy, and I have that and love it as well, but this is the peach of the family. I mean, just look at the gorgeousness of that. I'm trying to get it to swatch good for y'all, but I can't. I mean, y'all, if you can see it on my cheeks, that's what it looks like. It's just a no fail, no fuss. I don't need to tap off the brush when I put it on, or when I apply it to the brush before I put it on. I don't fear that it's going to put too much pigment on. It blends out great. The color is great. It stays a long time on my face. I really can't say anything bad about it, and the color is really what I gravitated towards this month. And highlight, I really used Champagne Pop a lot. This and the Lancome highlighter that I featured in last month's favorite, I used a lot. Both are the only ones that I have with a peach undertone, and I just think it works well. It's what I have on my face today. We all know about Champagne Pop. I'm about to hit pan on it. You can't say enough good things about the Becca highlighters. I can't anyways. Okay, let's get into eyes, because this is where I had the most fun this month. I absolutely loved these products. I loved them. They were foolproof, they were easy, they were amazing. So the first thing is the base that I used on my eyes, and it's really maybe the only peach base that I have, but it never failed me, and it made everything I put on top of it pop. I talked about it in my top 5 cream shadow review, or video, and it's the Revlon Photo Ready Eye Art, and this one is in the color Peach Prism. I don't use the glitter side. I had mentioned that before. I just use the cream side. Let me swatch it for you because it's so pretty. Oh my goodness. They blend out beautifully. They blend out to where you can put a brush to them to blend them out, and you don't lose a lot of the pigment. And y'all know I swatched this on the contorted side of my hand again. But do you see how that catches the light? Oh, it's so, these, I can't speak highly enough about these. Okay, let's focus. So beautiful. Oh, so beautiful. So I've been using that as my base, and the 2 colors that I have been topping that base with for my lid shadows are, one is the Natasha Denona color. This is not what I have on my lid right now, but I did have this on in another video. I can't remember which one, but it's part of one of her 5-pan palettes, and it's the palette number 4. I have talked about this palette extensively in previous videos. I love this palette. It's my favorite one of her 5 pans that I own, and it is a warm lover's dream. The lights are kind of washing it out, but this color right here I love for my inner corner and brow bone, but this color right here on the end is the one that I used a lot this month, and it is called Moonstone. Pretty sure you can get these in singles, so if you only wanted to get this one, you could, but this is a champagne peach, and that's it right there. Man, these pack a punch. I love these shadows. They work great with a brush, and they work great with your finger. Now, the one that I have on my lid today comes from a palette that this color is not my only favorite of the palette. The palette as a whole has been a favorite this month. It's one I highly recommend even if you do have shadows from this line, and it's the Makeup Geek in the Nude palette. When I first got this, I was like, it's all right. But no, it's more than all right. It's more than you would ever need. It's a great travel palette. It's got 1, 2, 3. It's got 6 mattes, which I love, 2 foiled, and 1 like satin shimmer, the Rapunzel, which Rapunzel does not get enough love. I use that religiously in the single pan on clients that want a natural look. It's beautiful on the lid because it just catches the light just right, but it's not overwhelming to where the client's going to look at themselves and be like, oh, holy crap. Like, I don't ever wear makeup, and I didn't want the shimmery color. This, they love. But the color that I loved the most, and the one that I have on my lid right now, this color right here called In the Spotlight. Now, I think these are different formulation of her original foiled shades, which tended to crease on me and not apply as easily. These apply so much better. I don't know what's wrong with my focus on my freaking camera, but that's the In the Spotlight right there. So that's the Moon Glow, I think, and then In the Spotlight. So again, that's what I have on my lid today. both of those palettes have just been getting a ton of love. And the rest of the colors, the mattes, is the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes. I'm going to tell y'all that I own one other Too Faced eye palette. One. And it's the original chocolate bar, which I've already told y'all how much I love. I will forever love that palette. The semi-sweet I sold. The peach palette I sold. Did I have any of the other ones? Yes, I sold the natural mattes. And I think I sold one of the other smaller palettes. I just never reached for them. It wasn't something that I was completely wowed by. This one, I'm completely wowed by it. I cannot say enough good things. And I think even if you do have, now I don't know, the peach palette, the other peach palette, I don't remember the colors as well in that. So maybe you don't need this if you have that, but it's so beautiful. Stephanie Marie convinced me to get this when she did a video. I think it was the foundation review she did on that. And she had this on her eyes, and she also has blue eyes. And I'm like, holy cow, if it looks this good on your blue eyes, I have to get it. And I'm so glad I did. It's all mattes, which I love because I think it's very easy to travel and work with an all matte palette, stick a couple shimmer colors in, or just use the highlight that you're using as the highlight on your lid, and go. It's very practical, I would say. The colors in here, a couple of them, I would say 1, 2, 3. I would probably venture to say, other than like these matte whites and creams, which we all have, I would venture to say I really only have duplicates of like 4 of these colors. The rest, I just don't have anything quite like them. And that's another reason I wanted to buy it. It's just, I don't know, I can't say enough good things about it. I am wearing peaches and cream, fresh picked, peach cobbler, and peach tart on my eyes today. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. The formula is great. It doesn't have hardly any kick up, no fallout, but the blendability is super, super easy. And they're just great to work with. I just really, really enjoy it. So finally, the last thing that I have to talk about this month is my setting mist. Now, one person asked me, I think Savannah asked me to do a top 5 on my favorite setting sprays. I don't use a setting spray. A, I don't think I need it, and B, they're very high in alcohol and they tend to dry out your skin. So I don't use a typical like Urban Decay All Nighter or anything like that type setting spray on my skin. I just don't need it. This is the Algenist Hydrating Setting Mist, the Splash Hydrating Setting Mist. It does not have any alcohol in it. It really is so hydrating. I used it already, but I'm gonna use it again because I want you to see the mist if you can see it. Let me see. Feels so good on the skin. The mist is perfect. It's not gonna leave droplets on your face. And it just tones the powder look down just a little bit. It doesn't make you glowy. Like I have the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray, and while I love it, that has actual shimmer particles in it. That will make you glowy. This does not make you glowy. It just makes your skin look a little bit more natural and a little less makeup-y, if that makes sense. And it says it's a setting mist. I don't know if it prolongs the wear of your makeup, again, because I don't have that issue. If you have used that and you find that it has or hasn't, please let us know in the comments, but I just don't feel like I have that problem. Okay, and finally, I'm going to talk real quick about a TV show. I don't ever do this because really I don't watch TV that much. I just don't have time. There's a few shows that I religiously DVR, but I don't even remember the last, save for Dancing with the Stars because my kids love that show too. I don't remember the last show I watched live and not taped. So I just have a few. Game of Thrones is probably, yeah, I mean, it's the best. Come on. Chad really loves that one too, so it helps. But my favorite TV show right now, it came on 2 weeks after Game of Thrones on Sunday night as well, so it kind of got me out of my depressed funk that I'm not going to be able to see that show for another year, and that there's only 6 more episodes left, but whatever. This is Outlander, the show Outlander, and when I asked for y'all's favorite book suggestions, so many of y'all said Outlander, and I will tell you, I read the first Outlander no, it wasn't probably. It was 12 years ago when I read the first one, and I was so hooked. Now, I stopped on like the 6th or 7th book in the middle because someone told me something that happened and it made me so mad. I kind of boycotted reading it because I was so mad. And I know that it doesn't last forever, but it just made me so mad that I couldn't keep reading it. I need to pick it back up again. All of that to say, they have a TV show based on the book. It is now in its 3rd season, and it's very, very, very close to the book. I cannot stand when movies try to be a book or take the name of a book, and they're not a book. I can't stand that. I need something to be as close to the book as possible, or just don't use their name. I'm going to talk about that in just a second, too. I'm talking a lot. Sorry. But anyways, Outlander is absolutely amazing. If you have not watched it, it comes on Stars on Sunday nights. I do recommend starting at the very beginning. And if you have not read it, I recommend reading it before you watch it. At least the first 3 books so that you can catch up. Absolutely. Jamie is the best character ever written in a book, period. I can argue that fact to the cows come home, and I will if somebody wants to. But in my opinion, he is the best character written in a book, period. Now, another favorite this month book, completely different from Outlander, but it's the American Assassin book by Vince Flynn. Now, the reason I picked this back up and read it a second time was because they were having a movie come out about it. So I didn't look at any of the previews of the movie or anything like that. I just picked the book back up, read it for a second time because it's been a good 7 years since I read it. And when I got done reading it, I was like, okay, now I'm going to look at the previews. And this is what ticks me off so bad. The previews has nothing to do with the book. Nothing. The 2 main characters, my brother went to go see it and he texted me and he said, the only thing that's the same as the book are the 2 main characters and their names. That's it. Nothing else to the storyline, so that's what I don't understand. Why are you going to take a book's name, say on the previews that it's based on the book, American Assassin by Vince Flynn, and then not make it? Now, I understand the subject matter is a little controversial at this time in our country. And so maybe that's why, but just don't say it's based on the book. Oh, I'm talking way too long about this, and I'm really going to shut up because this is a very long favorites video, but those are my 2, the show, Outlander, and the book, American Assassin, have been my 2 favorites this month. So I'm not going to do that every month, but when I feel like it's very worth mentioning, I will. So be sure, as always, to let me know your very favorite product or book or TV show this month in the comments section below. And be sure and subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss out on any future videos. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a very blessed day.